Hi again, everybody. Welcome back. Monday morning, back to the grind. Here we go. So we are seeing more and more of this. So I want to point this out. Obviously, there are a ton of Autodesk users, but this video does not pertain just to Autodesk. Just about every software that you use, I don't know if you know it or not, but you don't really buy software. You license it or rent it. I don't know if most people knew that, but you know, they hold the code, you get to use the code, and just about every software program that I'm aware of has some type of Eula. Eula is End User License Agreement. I've got it right here. EULA. Okay, so just about every software has an end user license agreement. In reality, these are a contract. You are agreeing to these terms, and usually nowadays it's when you sign up for a new software program, when you go through the setup process, you click I agree. Usually it's I agree to the terms, and that is you're agreeing to this contract. So it becomes an enforceable agreement in most cases, with some minor exceptions. But I want to show you this with Autodesk Audit because we're seeing more of these, and not just with Autodesk, but in particular lately, we've been seeing more Autodesk, what we call internal audits, internal EULA-based contracts or audits, or contractual audits as we call them. So, but I want you to be aware what this says. Now, typically what we're seeing nowadays is that people are getting emails, okay? They're getting an email from somebody at Autodesk, and it may say no reply at Autodesk, like you can't even reply to it, okay? And it may give you a phone number of somebody you can talk to, but they're sort of trying to get you to just log right into their portal and let them scan your network and let them check you out and see what kind of software you have set up. And then they can compare that to what you have and figure out if you're pirating software or using software without a license. But I just want to go over the EULA so you understand what's at risk here, because I think these are serious issues where you may want to involve legal counsel, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, here's some typical language I pulled off of a EULA. I think this may have been the Maya product, but let's just take a look. Okay, this is current as of today. But here it is. Licensee, that's you, agrees that Autodesk has the right to require an audit, electronic or otherwise. Highlight that. What does that mean, or otherwise? Does that mean that they can just send somebody in and knock on your door? That to me is open to interpretation. What does that mean? You have a right to require an audit of the Autodesk materials and the installation thereof and the access thereto. As part of any such audit, Autodesk has, or its authorized representative will have the right on 15 days prior notice to inspect licensee's records. Oh, there it is. They have the right to inspect licensee's record. Now, is that electronically, or is that physically, bringing a team of people in? So to inspect licensee's records, systems, and facilities, so they can inspect the facilities. It sounds to me like an on-site audit is possible here, okay? So you agreed to that. Did you know you agreed to that? I mean, I wouldn't agree to that, but I mean, you need the software, and so you end up agreeing to it. So, but they can do that to verify licensee's installation of and access to the Autodesk materials. Additionally, within 15 days of the audit request, licensee will provide to Autodesk all the records and information that they request in order to verify the installation of and access to Autodesk materials. Okay, and licensee will provide full cooperation to enable any such audit. So you agreed when you signed up that you were going to allow them to come in, inspect, do all this, with 15 days notice. So a lot of times what we're seeing now is people are just getting this email that says, hey, you got an audit. Here's our portal system. Log in and get in. It's going to scan your system. And a lot of people go, well, what do I have to do? Am I risking anything? What if I have contractors? Am I responsible for contractors and whether or not they're licensed? But here's why I think this is really important. Number one is just why you might want an attorney. But you have here this, okay? You need to negotiate the terms. How is this going to be done? Electronic or otherwise? Could that be a manual audit? That's certainly something I like to get. When I deal with software companies and I say, you're going to install some script on my computer, you're going to be responsible, indemnify me if something goes wrong. And of course, they'll probably say, no, we don't want to do that. Something goes wrong. So, that's something to be important, negotiating the terms of how this audit's going to actually go down. Okay, is it going to be confidential? Will they agree to keep all results confidential? Do you have limitations? Maybe you're bound by certain government contracts, so you can't have your computers inspected. I mean, who knows? Okay, you could have trade secrets on your computer that you need to make sure is protected. A lot of different scenarios can arise, okay? And here we go, penalties, okay? If Autodesk determines that licensee's installation, blah, 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 not in conformity, licensee will obtain immediately and pay for valid licenses. Okay, that sounds fair enough. To bring licensee's installation and access into compliance, and, underline this, pay the reasonable cost of the audit. Well, what's the reasonable cost of an audit? That's something that you may need to consider. And you also have this here. This is the part that, makes me a little nervous if I were in your shoes. In addition, Autodesk reserves the right to seek any other remedies available at law or in equity. What does that mean? So that means maybe if they find, 4 AutoCADs and 2 Revits and 2 Mayas and Ventor, and they find products that are unlicensed, maybe in addition to having you rush out and go buy software, maybe they could take you to court. Okay, federal copyright cases are brought in federal court. So they reserve the right to do that. So all I'm saying is when you get that email, before you jump in and just go log in and say, okay, here they sent an email, you may want to talk to legal counsel first before you go in and just go along with the game. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that we are seeing more of these. We expect to see more this year. So if you need help with an audit, you can find us on the web. And I didn't type it in here, but let's type it in. There it is. You know where to find me. AttorneySteve.com. That's AttorneySteve.com. We have helped people all over the country with Microsoft audits, Adobe, Apple, tons of Autodesk audits, and other audits, okay? So if you need some help, we're an experienced firm, intellectual property, copyright law. Find us on the web at AttorneySteve.com. But I just wanted to make that clear to you because I do believe there are a lot of letters going out. So if you're using Autodesk products, good time to look into your own compliance on a self basis and see where you guys are at. You would rather fix things before the letter gets to your office, okay? If you need some help, you know where to find us. Have a great day. Attorney Steve will be back. We've got some other great videos coming this week, and we'll see you then. Have a great day. Take care.